How's it going, Rockstar? It's been 24 hours since I last talked to you. I hope you had a great day yesterday. I hope you followed through on what I suggested. I hope you actually got into the little things in life that give you joy. Come up with something else for your own list. Share with me because I love your input. It's your friend, the Gunman, of course, back again from Nashville, Tennessee, just to send some love and some positivity your way, especially in this era of people shouting at you through the news and making you feel terrified to be a human being. I am not one of those guys. I'm not going to do that. I'm the opposite of that. So, every now and again, I get reminded of little things in life that I call proof of God. It just kind of happens, and I want to share a personal story with you. Now, I'm not sure if you know, but Matthew and I spent half of our lives as kids growing up on a working cattle ranch that turns into a summer camp in the summer. It's called Mountain Meadow Ranch. It's outside of a small town called Susanville, California. It's just north of Reno. You fly into Reno and you drive like an hour north, and you cross from Nevada back into California. And it is absolutely stunningly beautiful. And there's a wonderful family there called the Theelena family. And there's Chip Elena. His real name's Jack Jr., but he's a Chip off the old block, so his handle is Chip. One of my very, very best friends. And his beautiful wife, Jody, all of their kids. Now, the Elena family was really my surrogate family, and Matthew's surrogate family too. When we were growing up, it's no secret, our family was really troubled. Our mom and dad were in a really contentious divorce. My mother had lifelong issues with substance abuse and narcissism, and it was really difficult for the two of us. So Matthew and I would attend school during the year, and then we'd look forward to going up to summer camp there at Mountain Meadow Ranch, and we'd go for the entire summer. 3 months, actually, 10 weeks and stuff, but sometimes 3 months, and it was our saving grace when we were growing up. And we started going when we were 7 years old and stopped going when we were like 16 or 17. But they're really our second family. And about a week ago, I got a message from Jody Elena that the camp was in trouble. The camp is surrounded by this beautiful forest there in Lassen County. And I don't know if you know this or not, but a lot of California is on fire right now. It's fire season. And sometimes it threatens the ranch, but it has never been worse than it was this particular week. I didn't get a lot of sleep this week because I was constantly monitoring the fire reports and the wind reports because that's also a really big issue. And this was not looking good for my childhood home and for my friends, the Elenas. Mountain Meadow Ranch was truly threatened, so much so that they were surrounded by an incredible forest fire. And it was getting unbelievably close. We're talking 50 yards away from the summer camp, surrounded by flames in this valley. And it didn't look good at all because the winds were whipping around, and it was looking so bad that the fire service, the Forest Service, considered the ranch a lost cause. And they pulled out all of their personnel. You know it's bad when they pull their people out. And they basically told my friends, the Elenas, I'm sorry. We don't have the resources to help you, and you plan on losing the ranch. And I was devastated by that news, and I was praying for my friends. And I got word yesterday when things looked their darkest. They were surrounded by smoke and fire. It was so bad it had created a cumulus cloud above the ranch of ash, and they were concerned that if its own weather system were to collapse and if it ignited, it would create a firestorm and they could all lose their lives, let alone their property. And so basically I got a phone call yesterday after all of this news, after the entire week, and they never gave up. They were out there digging fire breaks as a family, even when there were no firefighters around helping them. And they kept their faith and they kept at it, even when it looked like they were surrounded by flames. And at the last minute, when all seemed lost, they heard the sound of an airplane coming over the canyon. I'm getting torn up here thinking about this. And they filmed it. They sent me a video of a C-130 firefighting tanker plane coming in over the ranch and dropping fire retardant at the last minute. And then another plane arrived. And then another plane arrived. And hearing them celebrate after being tested and tested and tested, and it looked like they were going to lose absolutely everything that their family had built for 80 years. The camp had been around, the ranch had been around for 130 years. It was a piece of California history. And at the last minute, they kept their faith, they kept up the good fight, and the cavalry arrived. And for some weird reason, it was the first night in a week when the winds didn't whip up in the middle of the night. And it looks like the camp's gonna be okay. And I just want to share that with you, that no matter how you feel, you always have to have faith. You can never give up the fight. You can never give up your hope. You can never give up your belief. You always got to try your best, no matter what is sent your way that's going to make you feel depressed, despondent, hopeless, helpless. You're always being watched out for. Keep that in mind. Always, you're being watched out for, and you are loved. And I just want to share that with you. It's great proof of God to me. So on that note, what's my good news for the day? Sorry I'm tearing up. I'll see you tomorrow. God bless.